do that. So I feel like Flipside starting off on the CT could actually have a really solid half here. We're going to have to see if NaVi are going to bust out those crazy fakes that we know they have with that that amazing Guardian smoke that goes from like one side of the map to the other to B.
All right, so let's see what Flipside have to offer on the CT side.
Okay, so they're all going towards, well, 2 towards B, 2 in CP at the moment. So yeah, more or less retakes here. 2 in connector, actually. Interesting.
See what the plan is here from NaVi, what they're trying to achieve. A lot of presence towards B at the moment, but nobody in the underpass. Blade having a quick check there from connector while his teammate holds the angle. So NaVi asking some questions early. Ooh, Blade's Shadow's going to give him away there, and Edward's going to find the frag to boot. He's been thrown the Tech 9 because he's bought up armor. So I'm guessing that Guardian threw Edward the Tech 9 as he's only got a Glock and a smoke grenade. Simple, though, will be the first to find a frag. He got 3 kills in the previous pistol round. Markloff picking up the second one towards A. And now the bomb is far away from the rest of the NaVi players. Maybe they're going for a worst-case scenario bomb plant with running distraction. Bonic taking down Guardian. They've left the B bomb site as well, but Zeus is headed. Okay, he's changed around. He's going to go over towards B. So maybe he can get a plant for his team here. However, an angle is being held by Warded. And that should be a free kill. Straight in the face. Good pistol round from Flipside.
Yeah, that really sucks for NaVi. They were too kind of spread out there, and I think Flipside had a bit of a read into NaVi as well. They had 2 players in connector, which does definitely suggest that there is a propensity for NaVi to do the B apartments pressure and force out those nades, then kind of go for a fast connector hit, which is a cool strat actually. I like that one a lot from the T side, but now we will see the pistol save from NaVi. They do have a slight investment here. Some flashes, some pistols, but no armor. Just a fast play out of the palace area into a bomb plant, and they pick up the plant. That would allow a buy in the following round if they really wanted to force it out, but the bomb will get dropped, and there will be no plant for them. Not even a frag, in fact. So a very successful round overall from Flipside, and nothing gained on the investment, albeit a minor one from NaVi.
That was an interesting attempt there from NaVi, actually. They had 4 players going towards A, 1 in mid, and the mid guy did the running, jumping flash over the top to flash people on the site. I think Blade saw it because he looked away to avoid the flash and then got a kill as somebody came out of Palace. However, I think that's definitely worth checking on the demo to see the general effectiveness of it. So we're going to have Shock and Nora in the mid area here. Safety in numbers for NaVi, and Simple. We'll have to wait for repeak. Going to throw the flashbang out. He can have a teammate throw a flash over the arch and connector from A for him to peek, but he's going to opt for the safer play. Definitely does not want to drop that AWP to this eco side. Flamey getting a dink onto Markloff, but Markloff opening the proceedings there with the first frag into mid.
Ooh, 10 HP, that's nasty. But not much they can do here, really. Oh, that said, quick headshot found there. Good grenade, but Cease picks up the second kill, making those entries. And that is exactly what Cease does for NaVi. Pick up those entry frags. And now the bomb is making its way towards B, but it's so far away. And all of Flipside are here. But at least Cease has a rifle. And he's going to pick up a kill long range. The SMG not really paying off in that situation. Now Simple, he's got to go huge with this AWP. And there's the first shot. Guardian goes down. We'll find the second player momentarily as Cease is lurking behind the pillars. Yeah, it's looking very awkward now for NaVi. Can Zeus get this done? Takes down Simple. One more player. I think he may have heard the reload, but he won't get the shot on. But they kill 4 players and a bomb plant. Oh my god, Flipside are in trouble.
Yeah, that was really bad. And Bondic should have gone to get the AWP before defusing, but he's still going to find it, so could have been worse. Oh, that's the new AWP as well. Well, one of them. There are 3 new AWPs in yesterday's update. That one is... I don't know what it is. It looks like some kind of voodoo board or whatever.
I want the Hyper Beast AWP. That one looks...
I bought this AWP.
Awesome.
This morning. I bought 5 skins. Anyway, Simple's going to be back with the AWP. I like the Dark Orbs for the CT side. I don't know why. Anyway, buy round for both teams. Guardian holding the angle already into mid, so Simple will need some assistance from Flashbang should he opt to peek the angle. Those are some clean smokes there. Markloff's going to have limited vision of mid, so there's not much data for Flipside to work with at the moment.
Nice.
That is a dank nade to put Edward onto 66 HP, so starting to get quiet here.
They want to work Edward into connector, I believe. I think that's what they're trying to do. Or is it Edward? I think Edward's on short there. I'm not sure who is next to him on the minimap, but they want to get Zeus, in fact, really want to get one of them into connector, but they can't do it because they wanted to make this three-pronged attack happen to pressure Simple, but he's not going to have to worry about anything from connector now. And as the push comes up slope, it's going to require insane picks from NaVi. Flamey will start things off with a nice entry. However, more needs to be found here to allow NaVi to get the bomb planted. It will be C's now looking through the smoke as it goes away. Simple with the pickoff. Can they get any of these frags? There it is. Guardian over the top. Does take down Blade. We do have Simple still there behind the stairs. And Flamey still looking for these entries. And it's going to be found here onto Simple, but the trades are coming in. And another round which cost Flipside almost everything. And what, it doesn't pick up the AWP either. So really expensive round for Flipside. And NaVi can buy again. This is still kind of dangerous for Flipside.
Yeah, surviving multiple rounds with only one player is not going to be a good situation for Flipside, because as soon as they lose one round, they're going to be on eco straight away. But for now, it's 4-0 in favor of Flipside. Oh, cool. See if they can continue that route. Yeah, that's indeed a very safe smoke. Well did it end, Co. Very good for their smokes around map, especially Mirage. The A site's been completely opened up here from NaVi. Could be their first round on the board here, but Blade with another double kill. He's got a few of those so far this match. Charging in before they can get their post-plant setup on 2 versus 2 now.
Guardian really needs to find a weapon here, but I don't think he's going to be able to do so. Although, he does find the AK. Good stuff, runs onto the sides. Oh, Flamey, very, very good prediction there. Expects the jump over the smoke onto the toll booth, and Guardian does his job as well. So NaVi do pick up their first round, and their damage was so amazing that there is nothing, almost nothing left for Flipside. I like this though. They're going to go for a, we had a crash. That's very unfortunate. That does sometimes happen, which is weird. But either way.
We have a very orange desktop, Dan.
It's the colors of Face It.
It is indeed.
Just orange.
Hello.
But very cool strategy there, just picking up the AWP. I mean, it evens up the money and actually gives you an opportunity to potentially win rounds, because one AWP can sometimes just win rounds if it's in the right position at the right time. And if not, then maybe you lose a round, you do loads of damage with it. Maybe you're able to save it, or maybe you lose it and you're still on the same money as your teammates. So it's a great investment. I love this kind of a play. Hopefully we jump in time to see what actually happens.
One of the interesting things about, well, never mind, come back to it later. So they've got open pistols here.
It's also
one man down on both sides.
Simple is coming in from shop at the moment, from kitchen, and it's going to actually be looking not so bad actually. They're going to spot Guardian over there. And he's down to 2 HP, somehow gets out of there. Simple now close with the AWP. I think he's maybe spotted a barrel there, looking for the shot, gets it onto Seized. Now it's just Zeus in the immediacy of that car position. And Simple picks up the AK, goes for the shot, doesn't make it happen. It's down to Bondic now as he comes in, and significant damage has been put in right now. And Bondic should be able to easily pick off one of these players, I'd say, that 5-7. And he could maybe get one of these weapons out of there as well. Guardian's going to be careful, going to be coming in and will take the frag onto Bondic. So 4-2 is the score as the bomb will explode, and that's going to, of course, mean NaVi are not in such a terrible spot, to be honest. With Flipside, they still don't have any money, got to go for a save. But it was a costly round for NaVi, nonetheless.
Indeed it was. And NaVi now have a good opportunity to get some momentum going, get a number of rounds in the bag, and obviously keep the Flipside economy completely ruined. And those MP7s and MAC-10s have a great chance to make some bank for the NaVi side. Flamey just searching for some more cash, and there it is. Guardian cleaning things up at the end there. So, see, Flipside. Yeah, they're going to be low on grenades here if they all go for the full buy with the rifles. And it's not going to be easy. No AWP at all. We saw how they changed their setup actually with the one AWP, where Simple, because normally, again, we were expecting, well, or I was, to be in CPL, but instead you have Simple in the connector area with it, so he can be that dynamic AWPer going around the place, but we'll see if it pays off for them as the game continues here.
Okay, so we're going to go for an execute onto the A bomb sites. And actually, Flipside have players well positioned to deal with this. If they counter flash right now, I think they're actually trying to do that, which is kind of nice that NaVi are actually waiting a little bit, because Flipside are throwing in the counter grenades. And wait, there's nothing coming. So NaVi actually could be in a much better position by waiting here, and they actually have the bomb moving down towards B apartments at the moment. Actually, no, it's coming back now. So they're changing. I don't know if they're changing their mind. I guess they would be, because not sure what was going on there. Going to toss the bomb onto one of the players. So it looks like there was a bit of a miscommunication, and they lost track of the bomb early in the round. So they're slowing down the play, and Flipside still have no idea what's going on at the moment. But NaVi are about to make their entrance.
Okay, so many nades on the NaVi side. See what the final plan is as this round progresses. Push coming into the A site now. Bondic going to be the first to fall to Flamey. Simple just going to hang on the edge of the smoke there. Wait for someone to come out of Palace, but there's nobody in Palace. First frag goes his way. That's a bomb carrier as well. Well did it cleaning up on the B site. And this is going to be a massive round for Flipside to win. Only Flamey remains. We'll see how much damage he can do. None at all. Flipside only lose one player in that duel. And NaVi's money wasn't fantastic to begin with there, so they're going to be on muddy waters here, to say the least. Yeah. Flipside with an important round.
They held everywhere. I mean, the plan there should at least be that, okay, maybe the push gets a little bit shut down, maybe just one frag on the A bomb site, but then, you know, your players on B, they get the kills, like at least 1 or 2 kills, and then you've got a crazy round in your hands. But no, they didn't get anything. Great hold all across the board for Flipside, but here we have a bit of a mid-take coming from NaVi, and Simple just out in no man's land there, thinks that he's safe, going for a very risky play into underpass, but he gets punished by NaVi, and that is a very, very dangerous situation now for Flipside. They're down a man, and mid is up for grabs for free at this point for NaVi, and the bomb needs to be collected, but you should imagine that the 3-pronged attack should come in, as I think it sees to its position to take some control into connector to allow that to happen.
And again, it's a very early pick here, leaving Flipside on 4 players for a considerable amount of time. Bondic going to even things up. So we'll see if Flipside can hold, but they're of course going to be stretched. Mid, they have minimal control over mid. They pretty much have connector, not the rest of it. You can see C's there looking to find out where these CTs are playing. He has to expect somebody's going to be on shorts. Coming into the A site now. Zew's going to take down 2 people again with the Tech 9. We saw it in the previous map. We see it again here. That's going to pretty much close out the round unless that it goes bananas with this gun. There's a nice snap onto Zeus, and now the round starts because the bomb's on the floor. Guardian to finish things off for his side, making it 5-4 in the favour of Flipside. Flipside find themselves on the eco again.
So they're going to have pretty okay buy after, like in the next round. They get 1900, so the worst off player will have like $3,700, but everyone else will have like around 5k. So decent buy in the following round for Flipside, which is why they were so light on the investment here. And now NaVi are looking to take significant economic control in the match. This is the point in which they could try to start running away with things. They get the clean round picked up here. Nobody dies just yet, which is excellent stuff. Exactly how they wanted it to go so far. And going into the next round, they just have to... I wonder if we'll see like a super fast play from NaVi, because sometimes teams do actually do this, where like a team, you know, finally gets their buy, and you want to just throw them off with a really, really fast pace after showing a bunch of slower rounds. And we know that NaVi sometimes do actually throw that in there, sometimes. So will this be one of those times, or will they just play it standard? It's going to be interesting to see what their choice is. I'm sure it will depend on some of the spawns as well. Edward's already looking towards Palace, and Flamey's also looking towards Palace and Slope, so... okay, they're not going to go where they were looking.
They're all going to run backwards from spawn. Alright, look at the aggression again from Simple in the middle of mid, and he gets picked off straight away again, this time by Guardian. So, very early on into the round, Flipside, 4 players. This is not going to be easy for them, and you have to wonder if they're set up with World in CTR may be more favourable here on Mirage, at least against NaVi. See if they change things up as these rounds continue, or how many opportunities they will even get, as their money is very ropey indeed. 1 player taken down. Oh, Guardian with the snap. He smells a rat and eliminated him with some kind of cannon. Bonda gets caught short while reloading as well, and it really is just all falling apart for Flipside here.
Yeah, it was a really nice round from NaVi. Fast picks into mid, fast picks into B apartments. And, well, they managed to do just that. They took good control of mid. And we had a second challenge in mid from Markelov. I think he was trying to boost himself up over the smoke from short, which was a very cute play, but it was a pretty big risk. It didn't pay off, and from then on, it was just they just crumbled. And we see NaVi with a very, very good situation on the money starting to develop for themselves. As Flipside once again have to go for a full save, so they are going to be in Henry G's his sewers, basically at this point.
They're in Henry G's sewers. So Simple's actually made it to the other side. The other side of CPL, and the smoke leaves him open to have a peek at some point. We'll have to see if he comes into play. He's moving around a little bit. You can see Flamey just applying some pressure in the connector area. That is an aggressive nade to bounce off the backboard. Not going to do that much damage. So NaVi just toying with Flipside around the map here. And we'll see if they make the mistake that Flipside made in the previous map, where they just waited a bit too long to get these... start getting the frags, but doesn't seem so. Blade getting the first kill, traded by Zeus. Simple's position wasn't able to utilize it after all.
Wow.
Finds the frag in an awkward position.
Get the finishing blows though, and I don't think NaVi are going to be like hurting on the money at all. No, not at all. Okay, so this round's Flipside, they've got the AWP. The double AWP's actually Simple and well did it. Now, would like to see one of these guys, and let's see what spawns they have. Simple and what did it? Where are they going? So it's really hard to see the numbers. Okay, Simple's first into CPL, so he's going to be able to potentially drop out here if he wants to. He's going to go for the regular peak though. What did it with the very, very like incredibly safe smoke into a very defensive angle. So interesting. I never see anyone play it like that actually. I think it's the first time I've seen anyone play it like that. Simple moving around here, moving back to connector after getting smoked out the CPL peak. And NaVi must expect this. Here they go.
Oh, the timing. He looks away just at the wrong time. You know, he was there for a while. Doesn't want to be there for too long. But again, he gets picked off by the double peek from NaVi. So the original one was going to be more favorable. NaVi just taking complete control of mid. Frags coming in all over the place. Flipside getting cut down once again. NaVi looking like the Lex Luthor to Flipside Superman at the moment. Bondic and well did it. Last 2 versus 3. That's a very nice... Oh, it's not even the nade that kills him. It's Bondic's gun after all. So, question is now, where are the remaining 2 players here for NaVi? Oh, the distraction! Well did it, just finds the right angle just in time. Edward has to retrieve the bomb here. He's stuck between a rocket and an AWP. He knows where the AWP is.
Ooh. Does get himself into position though. Oh, what a kill there onto Bondic! And now what it is, going to try to save this round, and Edward is in a decent position to make this work for himself. Good use of the Molotov, and that's perfect actually. Not quite perfect, a little bit off there, but it does allow Edward to reposition. It's the key thing, but what it is going to push through with that rifle, and he will pick up the round. But it's, again, it's very expensive for Flipside. If they now they're in a spot where, again, if they lose the next round, they're on an eco, I believe, because they will have to spend everything. And although we are going to go into the 14th round, so they're really playing so that they can make it 8-7. If they lose this one, then it's very likely going to go to 2 rounds to NaVi, I think.
So, well that it's thrown the AWP to Simple, but well that it has the best spawn to get into a position in CPL. And Simple's actually behind him, but he's going to go into CPL. And he will have time to go there first because we have 4 NaVi players headed toward A, and Edward with a late mid. And the smoke is in there as well, which allows him to get up short, but Simple's going to have the right angle this time and win the duel, and he's straight out of there.
Yep, this is a very smart move for Simple to just look at the exit of the smoke there. It's very, very common that people actually, at the moment in the meta, actually just run through the smoke. I do it all the time as well, because it's hilariously effective. But yeah, NaVi not with a lot of map control now. Without middle, we can see that everything becomes easier for Flipside. It's going to have to be this A execute. Will it work though for Flipside, for NaVi?
Okay, so that's a really big smoke from the CT side actually. That's a smoke you commonly see from the T side within Palace because you can bounce a flash off the wall, which pop flashes in the smoke itself and blinds a lot of people on the site. So to see you reverse is quite interesting. I'm not sure if NaVi have the relevant pop flash.
Nice one. The stairs there. However, they won't be able to use it too effectively at the moment. Oh wow, how did that miss? It looked like it was on, but Simple will actually allow them to live, as NaVi are getting quite low on the health now as they push on in. Bondic in a great position. He's going to take down 2 players very quickly as he goes up the ladder and back down again. Finds the third frag as in comes the last player, and what it will have the crossfire. And it's going to be 7-7, and Flipside now are looking much more solid. There's one thing I must mention though, which is very cute. 2 rounds ago, NaVi did this middle take with 2 players from Connector where CPO was smoked, and they bounced the smoke off of the top of Connector to smoke off short. And I haven't seen a team actually do it like that before. And then they moved in very quickly into Connector because it was short was smoked off. Really like that. For anyone else that noticed that, it was very, very, very cool from NaVi.
Looks like we might have a fast NaVi play onto the A site. You can see Bondic just bouncing that safe smoke off the wall into the Palace area. So they've got Zeus aggressive in an aggressive position in Palace. He's going for the... Oh, that's really, really smart indeed. We'll have to talk about that in a second. But here comes the push in from NaVi.
Edward is stuck behind the Molotov though with his teammates all by slope, and Simple finds a nice reposition onto the bomb site, and this is going to be key right now as he's going to find himself in the middle of the action. Already going to pick off Zeus as they make their way in. Player after player goes down right now. Seized the only one to make any kind of response here for his side as a knife goes in from Seized, and it won't really amount to much, but Flipside, they're going to make it 8-7, and that is, to be honest, a really excellent result considering NaVi put them in all kinds of horrible positions, but they still managed to come out 8-7. Good showing from NaVi, from Flipside.
Definitely, that was a very trying half. And you can see Zeus basically in Palace, he lined himself up further back from the exit, so he could strafe into the corner and throw a Molotov into the shadow area without having to line it up where the smoke is, because obviously he was smoked off. So a nice touch there by Zeus. But it's Flipside in the lead after a very difficult CT half indeed.
Okay, so what is the CT pistol looking like for NaVi? Ooh, we've got lots of players moving towards B here. We've got 2, in fact. So actually, no, I think this is pretty much what, very close to what Flipside actually did on their CT, where they had 2 players around the connector. So very tight mid control here for NaVi. However, Flipside are looking for the straight up A execute right now, so might just be the straight up retake coming in from NaVi, as they have 3 players in connector, so as soon as the nades come over, they can respond incredibly quickly and even just try to stop the bomb going down. Here we go. We're going to have ourselves many a fight on the A bomb site.
Guardian finds himself a nice angle, going to get the first kill onto Blade. Bomb should get planted. CT open at the moment. Zeus going to try and contest it very shortly indeed. Edward getting the jump there. Going to shoot someone in the back of the head and explode it versus pretty much the entire NaVi force. Coming in like Chuck Norris, and that's going to be a solid pistol there for the NaVi side.
Yeah, and so I do believe if we cast our minds back to the first half, this is the same affair for Flipside. However, when Flipside were on their second round, NaVi were able to put in like a really crazy pistol round and almost eliminate, I think, everyone but 1 player. So immediately they had really hard choices to make, really difficult money decisions. Can NaVi avoid this entirely? That's really the question. I mean, the bomb did go down, so Flipside will have an eco here before the AKs come out, and to see what kind of damage they can get done here. And of course, this is the reason why there's only 1 SMG and it's on Zeus at the moment. They know the AKs are around the corner.
Nice opening there by Blade. Trade coming in from Edward, but the numbers are not in his favor. He needs teammates to rotate. However, this could be a bait and switch as the bomb is still very deep into B apps. However, there's a flank coming in from Zeus, so that bomb needs to be careful. It might not be able to get onto the site now because we've got Guardian going up the stairs as well. So this is, in fact, potentially worst case scenario. They need to find the frags here because that bomb's gone down. Guardian's got it now, and it's going to be Guardian versus 3. That said, they've got 2 players of M4s, but there's no armor on the team, so they could lose it because of this bomb here.
This is really a disaster, complete travesty for NaVi. They're going to get sent to Henry G. Suez. And it's not going to be a good place to be. This is going to be just pistols to play with for a while as they get completely reset on the monies. In fact, they're going to go for the pistol armor buyout because they're going to have to eco twice anyway. So it is a smart choice to try to reset Flipside back as they have just done to NaVi. And that could be their salvation if they're going to find a way to actually put it off.
Do you need salvation, Dan?
Well, if you're in Henry G. Suez, you do.
What is it with you and Henry G. Sewers?
I don't know, I just remember that he said that a bunch of times at Gfinity, and
sounds kind of weird.
I wanted to make it a thing, because it's really silly. So we do have a bit of an exchange there. Markov getting taken down quite low, but same goes for Seized. We're going to have to see some pretty awesome play from, I believe it's Zeus on Shadow right now. He's got a Deeg. We're seeing so many Deeks, just generally. It's 3 on the team of NaVi at the moment. And I love, actually, that we're seeing so many Deeks. So here we go. Can they get the defense in here? It's going to be Simple and Blade up from the slope area as they try to get something done here. And it will be Simple picking off Guardian to kick off the affairs.
Oh, wow. It's a clearance sale at Debenham's Dan. But there's still one Sofa on the shelf. Sees taking down Bondic and is trying to get a bit more damage on the trade coming in. Only Edward remaining. But look how tagged these players are. He could make money as well. There's one. There's 2 more to find. He saw one close. Going to try and pre-fire him as he comes around the corner. They're both on the site. He gets that second one as well. Markov, 5 HP. Needs to kind of reverse clutch now. This is madness. Edward's going to reset the position. Markov's going to wonder what the hell's going on. Still not planting just yet. And I think he's going to try and plant it for CT.
Oh no. Disaster is about to strike as Edward goes in. Tries to close the distance. Oh, gets the shot onto Markov. Great reactions there. And that's going to be the clutch from Edward. 3 players, in fact 4 kills found by Edward. That's amazing.
That is absolutely crazy. Flipside actually gave themselves a reasonable amount of time. Got a flurry of kills on the site. But just that one blind side, that one little peripheral vision corner that wasn't checked.
If they were in this Henry G sewers, I guess that must make them the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles chase, because they have climbed out the sewers and they're kicking ass.
I'm not going to engage this nonsense.
Double
it's ridiculous, Dan.
For Flipside, actually, they're not messing around. Markov, Simple and what are they? Just straight up going for that double AWP. So playing the picking style, guarding anyone with an AWP on the side of NaVi, but Edward's going to find himself at the mercy of Warded in middle, so good start here for Flipside.
I'm telling you, man, Mirage is Warded at its map when it comes to warping. It just is. As far as the Flipside's team concerned anyway. No offense, Mr. Guardian. Markov coming in there, but Flamey going to use the smoke to his advantage. Bondic creeping through with his team. They've pretty much taken over control of the DA bomb site. Just needs to fight for Connector on jungle now. Only Flamey remaining in Connector, but there was a potential flank coming in, but it's not going to be needed because Bondic's going to be good enough for the job. C's going down as well. Just Guardian versus 2 AWPs and a Galil. Oh. And he's just going to get completely wrecked by Simple.
And it happens again, round for round for round, and that only is going to serve at the detriment of the CTs. Especially in spots where, of course, like the terrace can always get the bomb down. That's like something that the CTs, even if they lose a round, it can help them like mitigate the economic hardship. But that's not something NaVi can really rely on. Now they have to eco again, and Flipside, they have to be taking like significant control of the match from this point. They're gonna go with a straight up B push as well.
This might be hard though against an eco with 2 AWPs, because they need to breach all these little corners. Obviously, the rifles are going to go first. There's a opening frag, but we need to make sure they don't take as much damage as they did last time, because we all know what happened then. There is a massive rotation coming in from the NaVi. They've got 2 players in T-spawn at the moment with Flamey in mid, so they're not going to get that much damage done, I don't think, in this particular round. Should be somewhat of a formality now. Looks like they're trying to set up for some exit frags, see if they can nab any weapons on the way out. But Flipside already very set up to try and combat any shenanigans from these players. Well, Markov getting dinged to the CZ. He'll have to move away from that bomb explosion. Everyone survived so far. Guardian going in, and the AWP is the closest thing to him as well. But Flipside World at it is going to be ready for the challenge. So we have a slight pause coming in. Now, where do we go from here? Flipside 2-round advantage, 2 AWPs. NaVi still with very ropey money.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's one of those spots where just like you just keep like losing the wrong rounds. NaVi can never hold on to their economy. So Mirage is can be a very CT favored map sometimes if you can get like a really good economy, and you can of course get good reads on your opponents and start to emphasize your strengths, like emphasize your AWPers into the rounds. But that's not been able to happen for NaVi. They've just been completely destroyed every time they've had anything remotely close to a buy, which has been like maybe once. Yeah, it's been basically once in the second half that they actually had a proper buy, and Flipsid double upped them and destroyed them. They just won the picking battles, and that was it. So NaVi, they need good money. They need some money to work with. And the problem for them is that it's not just about winning one round now. They have to win multiple rounds in a row, not only to secure their own economy, so that if they do take losses, they can keep their buys as they want them, but also so that they can get Flipsid to an eco at some point, because Flipsid have buys after buys after buys very soon. So this is looking closer and closer to a very, very dominant map here, or second half for Flipsid. So NaVi, I'm not sure what the answer will be for them, but they need to find that answer on the next buy. If they can't, then Flipsid have such an overwhelming chance to win the map.
Right, so it's another challenge for Flipsid to survive the eco here. You can see Zeus in an aggressive position. He's positioning himself basically so he gets to one tap from this range. One shot to the head will be the demise of one of these Flipsid players, should they be so unlucky. Bondic's in a good position to try and put a halt to it. There's one, but he's going to get snapped off by Flamey, so that's a gun, maybe in the hands of the NaVi side. Blade coming in for the trade, and he will upgrade his Galil for the AK. Or should. There we go.
So Connector's being taken over here by Flipsid as they clean up the round. So one thing that NaVi can think about, right, is that they know that Flipsid are double AWPing. So double AWPing is really strong. Like, everything has strengths and weaknesses. I mean, if you have a team that's playing like one AWP and a bunch of AKs, then your strengths and weaknesses are not as clearly exploitable. It's harder to exploit them. But if it's double AWP, it's really strong at the picking game, really strong at dealing with stuff like that. But when it comes to getting pushed, getting isolated, that's really the weakness of it, when people get into your face. Because then, of course, you need like a star AWPer, like, you know, your Kenny S's, your JWs, your Guardians to pull out ridiculous like kills that you would never really expect in that kind of a spot. But you're going to make it hard for them. So what I'm trying to say here is that little aggressions, NaVi could find some advantages in that against the AWPers who are looking for those picks. So there's a shot actually missed, I think, by Worded. So Edward needs to count his blessings right there, because Worded's not going to miss that many times. So they've spotted where Worded is, the same place as he's been every time with this AWP.
Flamey is very aggressive here in his positioning on A, which is kind of ironic because that's how Starix used to play it as well. He used to be right up in there for NaVi, and often used to peek down the stairs as well. So it's kind of cool to see Flamey doing the same thing as his, you know, the former NaVi player who is the coach in the game as well, watching closely.
So here we go. We have the push into mid. Good trade there by Worded into Connector. Very important to take down the Connector player. Zeus is going to flame off the apartments just for now, and that's going to allow Flamey to reposition slightly. And we do have the rotation being forced out there as well. So Flipsid, how are they going to play this? Are they going to commit to an A player, or are they going to try to split up the players? Looks like they're going to come together, converge into that A bomb site. But the majority of NaVi are actually here. So this could be where NaVi can get things going. They need to have a clean response on the defense. Zeus is going to start peeking in. Bondix on the angle. Goes for the snap. Gets it. Oh, both players for Zeus. Massive, massive result there for NaVi. They needed this so desperately. And now Flamey's in position by Shadow, ready to receive these players coming up the slope. That's a great snap there from Worded, but Flamey will stop the push. And it's just simple left over. He's got 10 seconds. And they know where he is as well. Now, will he go for some shenanigans, or is he just going to try to save this? They could try to kill him after time. Oh dear, Simple's in trouble now. Needs to not die after time here, but I don't think they can get to him. Indeed, he will be safe. So round one by NaVi. Very, very nicely done by was it Zeus? I think it was Zeus.
Yep.
Yeah, very nicely done by Zeus. Completely saved them there.
Yeah, just breaking the timing for Flipsid as well. Although it's funny, like he span around the corner and flicked to his left and went back to kill Bondix first, and then the second player as well.
Ooh, this is it. This is what we wanted to see. Some aggression in from NaVi. Not going to do anything though, James.
Well, it's going to give them a hell of a lot of information.
Usually they would expect Water to be there, but this time he's not there. And usually he's there alone as well. So kind of nice that Flamey could have got 1-on-1, but as you say, now he can just hide in that position. And he's got a mate by connector as well.
Where is Seized holding though? Because I don't know. I don't think anyone is looking in underpass at the moment. And Flame is going to adjust his position accordingly. Seized seems to be just holding an angle on mid, and Flamey's going to continue to push. That's going to be alarm bells for Flipside. They know the game is up, and they know that they need to move quickly now because NaVi have a hell of a lot of information.
They must know it's going to be an A play now, or they have a lot of tells that it should be, but they are still playing it super safe. 2 still on B. Now the rotation's going to come in, but will it be fast enough? 2 players dying past the smoke here. Guardian's going to open things up onto Blade, and grenades raining in. Trades looking good for NaVi. Guardian picks up his 3rd kill, and Zeus will finish off the last. 12 to 11, NaVi sprinting back into the game with some great plays. But look how far away they are from breaking Flipside's economy. This is kind of nuts, actually.
Guardian's actually hilarious in the sense that he got that massive swiping flick shot onto the player coming out of Palace, then switched to his knife and had time to press the inspect button before switching back to the AWP. I saw it start to spin. It was quite funny. You see, he loves spamming that inspect button, and it's funny how people who play Counter-Strike for a long time end up with ticks. It's like you see people mashing the QQ button, which can sometimes get you killed.
This time will be Guardian actually from Connector, who's AWPing from that position. So they haven't seen him AWPing from here so far. So this is a mix-up from NaVi. However, 2 players at top mid for Flipside. Guardian going to go for the peek maybe. Will he go for the deep peek into top mid? He looks like he will not. But in comes the flash from Blade. Bit of a pop flash there that will force Guardian back a little bit, and it will claim middle for Flipside. However, they need, it's not just claiming middle, they need to get either connector, they need to get either short, CPL. There's lots of positions they need to build it into taking now. Oh, that is a great Molotov. Going to force out a player. Guardian, he's not looking the right way. He was looking towards those players on short, and that's going to be the perfect distraction. Flamey's got to do huge damage here, finds both frags, and that's exactly the kind of play he needed to make, but Trey comes in from Simple, and this is chaos, absolute madness here. 2-on-2 now, NaVi and Flipside playing a very dangerous game, but it's going to be NaVi coming out on top so far, but that bomb is stuck on short. What is Bondit going to do?
20 seconds for him to find a solution, pick up the bomb. Do something, but tricky positions indeed. Gets the first frag, insta trade from Zeus. An expensive round for NaVi, but a round nonetheless. Tying things up here, 12-12. Flipside put in a difficult economical situation, and they're probably going to have to try and live to fight another day here. As I say that, of course, they're going for the force.
Yeah, they are, I think, aware that NaVi are pretty low on the cash, and they have a bonus to be used. So what kind of set play are they going to go for here? Do they have the wall of smokes to show us? Cutting off the A-bomb site. So it could be quite an effective one, because it allows the Tech-9s to all rush together. And that, I think, is a more effective way to play with the Tech-9s than the classic smokes on CT spawn and jungle and stairs, which after they dissipate, just stuck on the bomb site with the Tech-9s against rifles.
You can see Markelov just holding the sneaky, oh, he was holding the sneaky angle there. But he came out of it, gets the kill onto Zeus as well, pick himself up an MP9 if he wants it. Here comes a push from Flipside, that's a massive nade to take down Markelov. Got that Palace angle, Trades coming in though, 3 versus 1, only Simple remaining, but we know how dangerous he is. He needs to find himself in 1v1 situations. But there are too many angles to cover, C's going to take it for his team. Surviving with 3 players this time at NaVi, that will build their bank a little bit. And the Flipside, again, in an interesting situation.
And if you are just joining us, of course, this is a best of 3. However, NaVi did win the first map, Cobble, and are now taking the lead, 13-12. Likely to be 14-2 very soon, looking at this pistol save from Flipside, as NaVi could be close to actually winning the series here. But it's going to be trades and mids, and Simple will go down straight away. The most dangerous player with the pistol on Flipside, that is for sure.
Only well that it Blade remaining in this eco, well that it just holding an angle. You might see the shadow first. Oh, the timing. Edward finds the kill regardless, so Deagle, sometimes it's your friend, sometimes it's your enemy. Just Blade remaining versus 4. No bomb for him, 2 frags. And with a minute on the clock, things just got interesting. He's got another player close up. That's a 3rd frag for Blade. What is going on? He's got Zeus in range as well, but where is he? Where's he gone? Zeus had the AWP for a second. He's picked up the M4 again. 50 seconds remaining, and Blade's in a situation where he can go and pick up the bomb. And now it's all onto Zeus. Where is Blade going to go? Zeus has no idea. He has sincere lack of vision. He's leaving B and heading towards mid/A. This would be a enormous clutch and a complete decimation of NaVi's momentum and money. Zeus all the way over towards A now. 25 seconds left on the clock. And by the time he gets back to B, Blade could be anywhere. Although so could Zeus, so Blade's got to be careful. He may realize that Zeus is a while away. Zeus closing in on the shop now. And it's going to be about who finds the angle first. Zeus with 50 HP. Blade with a little bit more, but he's looking the wrong way. And Zeus is just to his left there, and he's going to find the frag. What a massive clutch by Blade. Takes down 4 enemies. 1v4, Dan. 3 kills of a P250 as well.
And he's like, here, simple, have this all that I just picked up.
The in-game leader for Flipside, showing the boys how it's done.
Yeah, that is a really sick clutch, because now they've got a really strong buy, and NaVi have a very, well, they have a buy, but it's limited. As we can see, Zeus is on a 5-7. It is actually not too bad on this angle that he's playing with, so might not be too much of a disadvantage in the end, but we're going to have to see now, because Flipside, they're making their way slowly down underpass with Markelov. So it looks like they're taking a very slow approach with this round at the moment. And NaVi got to be very careful they don't get picked off early on. We've got Edward spotting into middle. He's not going to find anything just yet. So it's a really big question mark at the moment from NaVi. What are Flipside really up to at the moment? We've seen nothing in mid. We've seen nothing on slope, palace, on apartments. It's nothing just generally. But now Flipside are starting to really get close on the palace. There's 2 players there, and their intentions to us are revealed. They want this A play to come in. And they want it to come in hard, but they don't have anyone in connector. That could be a problem. Here's Zeus, that 5-7. Oh, the incendiary is perfectly timed, but in comes Simple, looking for the spray through, and he gets Lamy in time, and now there is trouble in NaVi's world.
Well, then it's still rocking the AWP here with Simple on the AK, and they're finding success in this round so far. Still 3 more people to find. They still need to plant the bomb with 30 seconds remaining. Gonna go for CT. I think he's been spotted as well. Guardian desperately trying to stop the plant, but he won't be able to. Edward taking down Simple. 3 versus 3 now. 1 open both sides. 2 rifles. Markelov falling. Guardian holding an angle from CT spawn. Got a bit of a crossfire, have the CTs, but 2 of them, all of them, heavily tagged indeed. Wasn't it missing 2 shots? Now it's down to Bondic and then 1 versus 3. He's not going to find any of the frags. Getting completely shut down from NaVi. The trades are real, not just people, but rounds as well, Dan.
Wow, that was... Well, it's going to be probably like hitting himself in the face, missing those 2 shots. And the first one looked really on. I mean, that's got to suck so much what at it. But thankfully, due to the clutch timing of Blade, they have another buy. And of course, the bomb was down, so that there is a decent amount of grenades on Flipside, as well as all the weapons, more or less. Apart from an AWP. But we'll get to see what kind of plays they have in mind which work without an AWP. And it looks pretty similar to some of the previous rounds we've seen. Very defensive opening from Wilded. Very, very cautious play. Expectant perhaps of some sort of an aggression in middle. However, it will not come this time from NaVi. They themselves are also playing very, very, very passively. We actually have a push into the, I think, the kitchen area of the B apartments. So this is some good information for NaVi so far, as Flipside slowly but surely come into some mid-control. But again, they do need to convert it into some positional plays towards short, CPL, or connector. And that is still to be done.
So we've got Zeus just having a look around. He's hovering between connector and CPL. Well, they're taking down Zeus, but Guardian's in a position from CT to try and do something about this push here. Flamey has got one on the site, but he's been traded. Trades coming in from short as well. Absolute bedlam here on the A site, coming from all directions. The guns, and that's going to be a 2-man spray down for Simple to make things 14-14. There is nothing between these 2 teams, Dan.
Except a lot of money for Flipside and guns, because now NaVi don't have almost anything to play with, and they might have to just try to think, okay guys, we need to play for the overtime now, because if we buy now, then if we like full buy now, then there's no chance we're going to win a round. We have no money to play with. How many rounds did NaVi lose in a row here? Is that the first one they lost there? Yeah, so they're on 1900 after winning this one, losing this one, sorry. And that means that they're going to have, at best, 4K on these players, 4K to buy with.
So that's going to suck, Dan.
Yeah, they're going to be on FAMAS. FAMAS is most of them, I believe.
They're going to be throwing cheese boards at them with that kind of money. Yeah,
I mean, the only way to have grenades with that is just by buying FAMASes. So they can cut corner by not taking the helmet, but they're going to get the bomb in this round. But I don't think it's going to amount to too much, as one will claim that. And Flipside look quite comfortable at the moment. So yeah, it's a very rough situation indeed here for NaVi. I mean, and they really want to close this out in 2 maps because Flipside are a very dangerous team, and this should have been, I think, a stronger map here for NaVi, and I think they would have thought so as well. But it looks like they're going to move towards Caesar's position, and Guardian's actually rotating into kitchens. They might be able to do some more damage here. And ooh, Caesar's not going to be spotted just yet. He's going to get the quick frag onto Marklov there, but the trade comes in just in a timely fashion as well as it arrives on the scene. So now we have the buy-in indeed. In fact, they're opting to get M4s out there, and you can see that that's going to mean that they have no grenades. No grenades. No nades,
well, all just 2 nades. And again, this is a situation where the CTs are going to want to have an early frag here, significant advantage. Going to try and, maybe just pick up the bomb if they can, but well, then it's going to pick up the scalp of Guardian and put it on a shelf somewhere, maybe a spike. He is out for the count. Good opening there by Flipside.
3 of them bought helmets. They don't need helmets at all, James. that could have been 3 smokes, actually. That makes no sense.
Helmets were surplus to requirements, you might say, Dan.
Yeah, they need to cut corners here, but either way, it's going to be a very tough situation for them here. They've lost Guardian already, and Flipside are looking to slowly push their way into the B apartments, where there is nobody for NaVi. They are in a lot of trouble. Flamey is just waiting now. He's going to spot the grenades. Needs to have a huge response. There's kill number 1. What else can he find here? There's the trade though, so can't get anything else done. Cease will pick off Markelov though as they try to retake the B-bomb site. Flipside now have to contend with the CTs rotating in rapidly as they do want to get the bomb planted. And will they be able to do this? Edwards in prime position to shut this round down. Does get the first frag onto Bonding. There's the second one as well. Oh, Blade gets Edward, and it's going to be a really tough one-on-one for Zeus. He's got to play against Blade, and oh, there it is, Blade. Boom. This guy with insane rounds. In particular, the 4-man takedown. And we can see it.